श्रोतव्याश्राव्य रूपोदो पदार्थो सुख दुःखदो श्रोतव्यं ब्रह्मणैवान्यत् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः चिन्त्य पदार्थोदौ विश्रांति श्रांतिदायकौ चिन्त्यं ब्रह्म परं नान्यत् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः ध्येयाध्येय पदार्थोदौ धी समाध्य समाधिदौ ध्यातव्यं ब्रह्म नैवान्यत् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. So Dhya, I think here we stopped, verse number 10. So we'll try our best to complete at least 3 verses in a day from next class onwards. So we'll speed up, or else we'll take longer time to complete this text. So Dhya padarthodo, Dhi Samadhi, Asamadhi do. So there are 2 categories always coming. So one is Dheya, other one is Adheya iti. So that means one is worthy to meditate, other one is not. So when we say worthy of meditation, so that means that is something where we can dwell upon. If we look at whole life is, we do not dwell upon, we don't meditate, but as they say very nicely, it happens. Whether it is for good or for bad, don't ask. In fact, in life, what you don't want to think of, that only you think. What you should not meditate upon, that only you meditate. And remember the story of the young and smart guy who wanted to cure the baldness of the king. Hope you remember. If you don't remember, I don't mind to talk, okay, for 2-3 minutes, because I love that, okay, you understand? This is what I have to do it. As you know, everybody in the world somehow crazy for the hair. And this hair industry is multi-trillion industry. So there are people, they have more hair, they want to get rid of. And there are people, those who do not have hair, they want to have hair. It's a very funny combination, okay? This waxing this, that, what are the criteria I have in the world? You cannot think of. So if you have hair, you want to get rid of. If you don't have, you have to get it. They punching this, that, a lot of things are there. Let me not get it. And the worst part is shampoo, okay? Varieties of shampoo, not fall, to fall, dandruff, this drop, that drop, you understand? Anyway, let me not get into. It is not this problem now, it was perennial problem, remember this, okay? Since the creation started, this was the problem. So I am going back to, some 100 years back. So there was a king. Poor fellow was bald. And unlike wig and other things was not there. So he was, putting all the time turban and crown. But he was tired because he wanted to impress. But he was not able to impress. One thought came to him. Look, somehow I have to get the hair. And he tried all his method, but nothing worked. All Vaidyas failed. Because this is the truth, okay? Don't worry. So all they can give you temporary relief, not permanent relief. If you have hair, they can give you temporary relief. If you don't have hair, also they can give you temporary relief. This is the truth. But however, this king was so crazy, finally declared, look, so this king announced that whoever can give me the hair, I'll be able to give half of the kingdom. And of course there is another condition. If you fail If your medicine fails, capital punishment. And of course, no Vaidya, no doctors could agree because they know it is impossible. But there was a young man, good for nothing, but very smart and intelligent. He took a chance. He said, yes, I can cure it. And everybody wanted him, do you know what is the consequences? He says, I am prepared for it. Absolutely no problem. And he came to make it cut short, He said, look, I have to collect some herbs, especially roots, on different days. One will be first, one will be, picked up if it is today's new moon, on full moon day, so that 15 days. And other one after this is being picked up, again it will be new moon day. Like that, he gave such a list so that to collect the herbs, which will take minimum 6 months. Then after that he said, all these herbs have to be put in the sun, then moon, this, that, another 6 to 8 months. So that he wanted to buy time minimum 1 year and above. And he said, I'll prepare the oil in such a way, and once that oil is being applied on the head, it has to work. There is no choice. Because this is a family tradition, I know. This is a secret of our family. King agreed. And also he was warned, look, this is the consequences if you fail. Yes, he agreed. And of course, so he was being given a royal treatment as a royal guest. And meanwhile, he discovered that this king has got a girl and one child. Now the girl comes to know this is what is going to happen if this fellow wins or becomes successful. Definitely half of the kingdom is going to go. That means he is going to be equally king. Now this girl started loving this boy. They started loving, and of course the queen also come to know. Also they supported. Things moved very smoothly. As the day came, this man said, look, there is some issue. Now my oil is ready, but I have to do something. But for that I need a queen. I need the presence of minister. Also the commander-in-chief. They said, what is the connection? Yes, it has connection. Please, all of them have to be together. Then only I can tell. Now what is that all about? Okay. In fine day, when he handed over, he said, look, there is only one problem with this oil. If you apply in 7 days time, definitely hair will start growing, but with one problem. Now what is that problem? When you apply the oil, you must not think of egg. Because if you think of egg doesn't have hair, automatically no hair will come. But I am warning you, this is the only problem, or else everything is perfect. King said, no problem, I'll never think of egg. Definitely not. Okay. Now, the first day when he put the oil, suddenly what thought will come? I should not think of egg. He did like this. So when he did like this, wife was watching the first day curious. What happened? No, nothing. Okay. Second day he thought, get rid of wife. So now minister was curious. Really something is happening or not? Minister went to see. So when he put the few drops, again he did. Minister asked, what happened? No, nothing had happened. But the minister was smart, understood something had happened. And of course the commander-in-chief also was very much curious. What is happening? Must have grown. Now let me go and see. Again when he was putting few drops. So every time when he was putting few drops in the hand to apply on his head, every time he used to shake his head. And when they asked, what is this? Nothing. After 7 days, nothing happened as usual. And this boy was summoned to the court for the capital punishment. He said, no, there is no doubt in it. It has to work. If it has not worked, definitely you must have thought of egg. There is no doubt in it. No. How can you say no? You must have. Let us now call queen first. Already queen had soft corner. Because daughter has fallen in love and they know everything. Queen said, yes, but he did not say, but he did like this, shook his hand. Then minister was asked. Minister also said same thing. Yes, shook his hand. Commander-in-chief also said, yes, he shook his head. That means what? Sorry, sir. Sorry, O king. Because you thought of egg, that's why there is no hair. And later on, when people asked, really, did you do you know the trick of this hair to grow? He said, what? I handed over just ordinary oil, okay? I wanted to marry this girl and have a good time. That's why I did all the drama. This is backside of the story, okay? Coming to the point, Dheya or Dheya. This is the point, okay? So what you do not want to meditate upon, you meditate upon that. Have you not observed that? The religious people are capable of doing that. Don't think of devil. Only devil comes that time. Sometimes there is an expression. When you don't think of devil, devil arrives. We have beautiful expression. When you don't think of devil, devil arrives. So all these religious people do talk. That's why all these religious people, do good, be good. All are religious statement, has no value at all. This is just religious propaganda. So all these things comes under adheya, not adheya, to be very honest. Because more you dwell upon, more you will fail. Like this, thinking of the egg, not thinking of the egg. However, says Dhyatavyam Brahma iti. So the Brahman is to be meditated upon. That's why we brought called Saguna Brahma. So if any dhyana is to be made, do meditation on a deity. Not on a chakra, not on a light, you understand? Not on Kundalini. Because already I have problem, now I do Kundalini meditation. What will happen? So dwelling upon the snakes, you know what will happen in your life? Imagine, suppose snakes comes out through your mouth. What will happen to you? And nothing will happen to you, at least because your snake is yours. What will happen to others in front of you? That's why anybody does Kundalini meditation goes crazy and they become problem for others. I am not telling you jokes. I have also seen few cases in my life. Somebody said long back, Swamiji, my Kundalini is stuck on the navel chakra. Will you please lift it? Will you please bring it up? I said, problem is now I am trying to catch the hood of the snake. That fellow is not coming to my hand. What can I do? I had to talk this language. Yes, Swamiji, I could feel that you are trying to bring it. That also, then I said, I think I cannot talk anymore. I was joking with the person. I am trying my best to put the hood and pull it. He said, yes, Swamiji, I could feel it. There is a sensation on my navel region. Yes, please do it. It will come up. It will come up. I said, okay, thank you very much. I think I have to leave this place. However, I am not telling you jokes. There are different types of meditation. Without knowing the purpose of meditation, that is the sad part of life. People spend hours together on meditation. For what and for why? Don't ask me the question. But they do it. Then finally they go nuts. So here he says, Dhyatavyam Brahma iti. If anything you are supposed to be meditate, better meditate upon Saguna Brahma iti. So the Brahman, that is with quality. That's why always we take the help of a deity. So at all, if really you want to dwell upon, better take the help of a deity. And of course, if you are a qualified person, go for Nirguna Brahma Dhyana. That is called Nididhyasana. So dwelling upon the Brahman, that is free from qualities. The Brahman as self. Or if you cannot, at least dwell upon Saguna Brahma, that which is both Nimitta and Upadana Karana. So Brahman plus Maya is called Saguna Brahma. So that can be dwell upon, one can meditate upon. And interestingly, very nicely is being said that when this happens, you will see that your life will be better. Whether, please understand, through Saguna Brahma Upasana. Even if you don't understand yourself, suppose, but you will be a better person. Who knows, maybe you will go to Brahmaloka. There will be Krama Mukti. Whereas if you try to dwell upon any other thing, God only knows where you will end up. So that's why, na anyatiti, na eva anyatiti. There is no other thing to be dwell upon. And if anything you dwell upon, what will happen? That is what? Samadhi or samadhi. Remember, whatever you dwell upon, that's why we say, including Saguna Brahma Upasana or any Upasana we do. Now Navaratra starts, Mother Shakti Upasana continues from today onwards. See, whatever meditation you do, based on that meditation, your thinking, including your appearances changes. Your facial appearance changes. For example, I am just telling you, including mother aspect. Suppose somebody loves Kali. Whether you like it or not, that person will be aggressive. Suppose if you say, no, I worship Madonna, Mary, Mother Mary, nothing wrong in it. But please remember, by worshipping or dwelling upon, do you know what will happen? You will be sad in your life, because whole life she was sad. So she represented the sadness, nothing. She represents sadness. Whole life she was sad. Nothing else. Because that's why before choosing a deity, one has to be very careful and clear. What sort of deity do you really choose? And of course, based on that, your mind changes. That's why the samadhi. So sameness means there is no agitation. There is no comparison. There is no competition. That's why a sadhaka doesn't compete. A upasaka does not compete. That's why when you see a upasaka, I have seen personally in my life, and many sadhakas, many upasakas in my life. Both way you can take it. When you see a Lakshmi upasaka, for example, you can feel the presence of Lakshmi with the person. When you see a Sri Vidya upasaka, you can feel the presence of that upasana, of that deity with the person. Because the deity has to be there with the person. That is called upasana. When the person moves, the deity along with the person moves. That is called upasana. Then only you can see whatever you talk, the deity talks, not you talk. That is called upasana. So that is what is being highlighted. Dhyatabhyam Brahma iti. Whether you go for Saguna Brahma as upasana, or you go for Nirguna Brahma, which brings down, calms down your mind. There is a vision in you. Either the vision of the totality, the God, or the vision of the knowledge. Both ways perfectly, absolutely no problem. Whereas, dwelling upon anything other than this Brahma, anything you dwell upon or meditate upon, definitely mind is going to be disturbed. There is no doubt in it. Read the next. Yogino bhogino vyapi tyagino ragino picha jnanan moksho na sandehah iti Vedanta Dindima. Iti Vedanta Dindima. Again, this is the proclamation in Vedanta. So now here is not two things. Here talks differently. Now two categories. He says, look, Jnanat Moksha iti. And now Sandhya, there is no doubt in it. So Jnanat Moksha means the moksha, the liberation comes only out of knowledge. Okay, if this is the case, then what about other aspect? He says, look, yogina, bhogina, vyapi, tyagino, ragino, picha. So here the moksha this verse has to be taken very carefully, or else it will be misunderstood. Then you can say, oh, yogi, bhogi, all are one and same, tyagi, so only I should be a jnani. You understand? It's not like that. Here it says, jnanan moksha, na sandhya. There is no doubt in it. That's why while translating I was very careful in this verse. Only by the knowledge one gains liberation. After gaining knowledge, the person can be a seeker, means yogi, can be a bhogi, the one who is engrossed in enjoying, or tyagi. So, bhapi tyagi, tyagi means a renunciate. Ragi means the one who is attached to worldly activities. It can happen, but remember, even if these are not going to give or disturb the liberation. This is the point. These are the things, because I am a yogi, I will be liberated, not necessarily. Because I am a bhogi, not that I am going to fall down, not necessarily. Because I am a tyagi, renounced, not that I am going to liberate it, not necessarily. Or I am attached to the worldly activities, not that I am going to happen. No. Remember, jnana is the moksha. That's why we have a beautiful verse which I have also put in the paper so that you can refer it. Krishna tyagi Krishna tyagi, no. Krishna bhogi sukha tyagi nrupau janaka raghavu vasishtha karma karta cha jnaninaste sada samaha. It's a very well known verse, almost everybody quotes. It talks about different type of lifestyle with knowledge. That's why the previous verse justifies the verse that we took. Krishna tyagi. Lord Krishna happens to be a, literary relisher. He was relishing anything and everything from his childhood. What he did not? With all problem. In fact, he had only problem, nothing else. In spite of all problems, he relished his life. In fact, with the flute, you understand? In fact, more problem he was having, more he was playing flute. This is what my understanding, okay? And of course, Shuka Tyagi. So Shuka happens to be the son of Vyasacharya, who was such a great renunciate. It is believed that he never stayed in one place more than the time that it takes a cow to be milked. So around 20-25 minutes, let us say 30 minutes maximum, he stays in one place. He keeps moving. So it is his longest time that he stood in one place, that is called 7 days. That is called Sukartal, from Rishikesh towards Delhi on the way. So where Bhagavata was taught. 7 days he stayed there. It was a very nice place to see. So Shukatyagi, Nrupau Janaka Raghavau, both Lord Rama and his father-in-law Janaka, both of them were kings, means doing all the activities, but they were also wise. Vasishtha Karmakataja, the sage Vasishtha, he was busy in ritualistic portion of Veda, officiating all sort of rituals. Remember, all are Jnanina, all of them are wise. And with reference to wisdom, there is no comparison. But each of them were being engaged based on their prarabdha. So that's why we cannot judge anybody anything. But because I am a yogi, I will be liberated. There is no guarantee. Because I am a tyagi, not that I will be liberated. Because I am a bhogi, I will fall down. That does not mean. So tyagi, bhogi, all are mental status. Remember, based on your prarabdha. If your prarabdha demands you to be a bhogi, even if you have jnanam, you cannot escape. So that's why prarabdha to be taken care on its way. And knowledge only connected to moksha. Can you see this point? It's a very beautiful verse to observe. That's why even if a jnani cannot say I am a jnani, even if a yogi also cannot claim that I am a yogi, unless you want to make autobiography. You understand? Unless you want to market. Like Paramahamsa, another word. This is I have my own allergic, okay, with one group of people. That's why, what can I do? So, however, coming to the point here is that how this can happen, because of prarabdham to be taken care by itself. Not fighting with it. Remember, many of us, including so-called wise people, fight with the prarabdha. And who are you to fight with prarabdha? Allow the prarabdha to unfold if really you are wise. Remember this point. If really you are a wise person, you have to allow the prarabdha to unfold. I cannot fight with my prarabdha. So that's why he says, look, whether I am ragi or bhogi, tyagi, makes no difference. But jnanat eva mokshaha. Only from the knowledge or because of the knowledge, there is liberation, not by any other means. Yes, what about the status, this and that? Let us read one more verse so that I want to complete. Navarnasrama sankete na karmopasanadivihi brahma jnanam vina moksha iti Vedanta Dindima. Goes completely. Brahma jnana vina moksha na labhyate. So there is no chance of gaining liberation without Brahma jnana, without the knowledge of self, that is Brahman. Then what about Varna Ashrama Vyavastha? I am a Brahmana, I am a Kshatriya, I am a Vaishya, I am a Shudra. You understand? This is the language they say. Brahmana means, literally your head goes up. Kshatriya means your shoulder and chest becomes white. So Vaishya means your hand goes up. Okay? Shudra means please, this is not the truth, not reality either. As you know, Varnashram we have discussed on the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita in details. Please refer that. So in short here says that without Brahma Jnana there is no moksha. And of course, beautifully says, na varna ashrama sanketehi. Not because you belong to a varna, you have a social status or stage ashrama, whether you are brahmachari or you are grihastha, Banaprastha or sannyasi. No. Because I am a sannyasi. Because I am a sannyasi, by default I am a wise person. I am liberated. Somebody said, I have taken sannyasa from somebody, I am liberated. Somebody told. I see. Because I am son of so and so, that's why I will be liberated. Hey, nowadays, even if you son of so and so, you may not become same politician, okay? You have to struggle. Even if your parents, every family keeps pushing, nothing happens to you. You remain the way you are, okay? We have beautiful example in India, don't worry. Every example we have in India, okay? However, coming back to the point, na varna ashrama. Varna ashrama has nothing to do with liberation. It has got something to do with your way of thinking. It has got something to do with your comforts. It has got something to do with many other things. So, social status or stage of life has nothing to do with liberation. Of course, karma upasana, that is more important. Karma means any sort of action. And upasana adivi. So upasana means different type of upasana. As I told you today onwards, upasana starts Shakti upasana for 9 nights. So something to be really done, to be celebrated. In fact, my classes I'll see whether to do or not to do. Let me think of. Because these 9 nights to cherish. So here, you do any sort of upasana. Upasana will give follow because remember it is a karma. But it has nothing to do with jnanam, the liberation. It has something to do with her comfort. I want my deity to be with me. Of course I have to do upasana. I want to be, very comfortable. Externally, internally. Of course I need to do upasana. So for the comfort, upasana is good. But remember, upasana will prepare the mind. Through that you can have knowledge. But upasana by itself is not going to give liberation to you. More of it we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes.